Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No, the audio is right up. Right, me now. Fantastic. Right, I apologise, guys. We've had some serious technical problems with the girls being able to hear me, but we think we've come up with a solution. So you might just have to bear with us a little bit tonight. I do apologise for that. But thank you for joining, everybody, and welcome to Nervous Chat Christmas Special. Obviously, I've got some very special guests for you this evening that I've wanted to get on the show for some time. And finally, it's happened, and we've been able to make it work. So without further ado, let me bring in Abi and Nicole from Parks and Pints.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, finally.
Yay. What a disaster.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
I have no idea what was going on. I really have no idea. So I apologize for that. It normally does. We normally have technical problems, but not right at the beginning like that. So, so I can only apologize.
It's okay.
But we're all good. We're going now. That's fine. Thank you so much for coming on. Obviously, I've been chasing you down for a while to come and do an episode, but you're so busy. It's been quite difficult. But I thought close season. Yeah. Perfect time. You know, there can't be many things that they're doing. But then I see all the new vlogs coming up. The Trafford Centre, and was it Warwick Castle?
We did go Warwick, Plopsaland.
Plopsaland. Oh yeah.
Walsall Skirmish.
Yeah. We found enough to keep us busy.
Yeah, so I see. So I see. And of course with your amazing diss track.
Thank you.
We can't forget about that. I must admit I've listened to I think the most of the diss tracks now, because I was originally somebody nominated me for the podcast category. I had no idea what the clamshells were until that point, so then I was sort of like, oh, I'm going to follow this a bit more closely, and it does seem to be quite a closely fought and fiercely fought competition.
Oh, it's brutal. It is brutal. We are very, very into the clamshell season. We've loved it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Someone's asking what I'm drinking. Sorry, I'm drinking vodka and Coke. Cheers.
Yeah, if you see a question, now I need to get Santa's sack.
Oh.
I've got my special sack, you see.
Nice.
My Christmas pudding. I'll get my drink out now. Obviously, I couldn't do a show with Parks and Pints without a pint. It just would be wrong, wouldn't it? It'd be insulting, really.
It would.
So
I agree.
I've got my
nice.
Oktoberfest.
Your Stein. Love it.
See? Yeah. Got my Stein. And somewhere in here, I've got a whole bag of goodies here. So bear with me. Somewhere in this bag. Oh, there we go. Look. Cider.
Nice.
Can't beat a cup of
cider. It looks like a bottle of wine.
Do you know what? It's Aldi. Aldi's premium vintage cider. It's their equivalent of Aspel's.
Love an Aspel's.
Yeah, well, it tastes very much the same, but costs about a third of the price.
Love that. We'll have to try that.
So, it is really, really nice. I love Aldi stuff.
Love a bit of Aldi.
Yeah, got to be done, isn't it?
Yeah.
My entire Christmas is funded by Aldi. Got to love a bit of Aldi. So there we go.
I like your jumper.
Thanks.
Very festive.
Have you actually read it?
Look at the professional backdrop.
This wonderful backdrop was made by my wife. She's so creative. I said to her, I want something nice and festive that looks, not too professional, but a bit more than I've had recently. She went, leave it with me. Give me an idea what you like. So I gave her this idea. And then all of a sudden I've come home and I've got this lovely starlight background, and I'm thinking,
Oh.
you know, she's so creative. It's amazing. She designed so much of the stuff for our wedding. It was all done herself, all the table top things,
Oh, it's
and
amazing.
yeah, she's brilliant.
Cute.
Oh, I need a drink now to calm down after that disastrous start. So I suppose let's start in the beginning, really. How did you come up with Parks and Pints? Were you just at a park one day having a few drinks and thought, oh, I know, let's film this?
We were at a park having a few drinks, and then we decided to start an Instagram and like a Twitter and start engaging with the community. So we did that for a few months first before we got brave enough to vlog.
We just wanted to make friends somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's I know in one of your recent vlogs you mentioned about starting with Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think, like so many of us, isn't it? You start with Instagram and you just think, oh, I'll just put a couple of posts up, and and then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've got your phone or camera pointing at your face, stood in the middle of a park, looking like what you initially think is looking like some weirdo.
Yeah.
I think every vlogger goes through this, don't they? I remember the first time I filmed on park, I felt so just, yeah, like everyone was staring at me because I've got this extendable selfie stick.
We did the same.
That's what we did.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you start to actually realise that there's loads of us in the parks, all doing exactly the same thing. And actually, I think people who are not filming are now the minority.
Yeah, so
it feels
true.
like it.
Because it's but I mean, obviously you girls have been up and down the length and breadth of the country this year, haven't you?
Yeah, so many places I've never been before. Like before this year, I'd never been to Thorpe, Chessington, Legoland, Flamingo Land, Warwick Castle, loads of new places.
What's been your favourite so far?
Thorpe Park.
I love
Yay.
Chessington. I love Chessington so much.
Do you know, I agree with both of you there, actually. They're both sort of my home parks. I live sort of in the middle between the two. And
Nice.
so I visit both very regularly and love them both, but for very different reasons. For a lovely family day out with a little bit of a thrill and lots of variety of ride, Chessington has to be, your go-to. And of course, when they open Jumanji, it's just going to be a whole nother level.
Yeah, it looks so good.
If I want a day of riding by the seat of my pants, heart thumping, then Thorpe Park has to be, the way to go, doesn't it? So I do consider myself very lucky to be sort of where I am. But I do live a bit far from Alton Towers. I'd like to live a little bit close to Alton Towers. It's it's a sad. It's a 2-hour drive for me to Alton Towers on a good run. But it's yeah. Is there any parks in the UK you haven't visited this year?
Paultons.
Yeah, we've never been there. Never been up to Scotland, M&D's, or there's loads of smaller ones.
Fantasy Island.
Yeah, Adventure Island.
Yeah, like littler ones like that. But all the main ones, I think we've pretty much boxed off apart from Paultons, but we're going to do that next year. That's first on our list next year for sure.
Paultons is brilliant. It's, you sort of think it's a family park. You've got to have children to really sort of appreciate it. And I went there thinking, every ride there is like 1.2 or below. Am I really going to get anything from this? But actually, the rides they have there are well worth getting the coaster creds. That Fly to the Pterosaur and the Vekoma Boomerang, they've got Velociraptor, absolutely brilliant. It's such a beautiful park. Obviously, you've done Blackpool and the Merlin parks, and we all know that Merlin are not the strongest when it comes to theming, shall we say, or upkeep.
True.
But Paultons is just beautiful. It's so well kept. Everything looks newly painted. Everything looks, you see grounds maintenance people going around cutting the grass while you're there, sort of thing. And it's that, and they've got these beautiful gardens, and yeah, it's definitely worth a visit. You've got to get down there. definitely got to go
Yeah,
down there.
Definitely. And it opens earlier than the other ones, so it'll be easy to get to in February.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, actually, it's I don't understand why the other parks. Well, I suppose temperatures may play a bit of a part with some of the opening times of the other parks with the thrill rides. I suppose we all know that Thorpe Park and Alton Towers have some temperature sensitive rides. So
Yeah.
you know, I remember somebody once telling me they went to pass holder day at Thorpe Park in March, obviously, and they were waiting until gone midday for the rides to defrost. It had been a really hard frost the night before, and they literally couldn't get anything running. They were really, really struggling to get anything up and running, and it was, yeah, I was just like, I can't imagine that. But having said that, I went to Chesington last weekend and experienced something very, very similar. We got there probably about 10 o'clock. Went into the park, started walking around, then opened up the app, and I went, oh, closed due to weather. Closed due to weather. Closed due to weather. Is anything open? Thankfully, they did manage to get pretty much everything open by midday, which was great. They weren't so fortunate on the Sunday. The Sunday, when we left early on the Sunday at about 2:30 in the afternoon, once we'd watched the fantastic pantomime that they do, and the majority of rides were still closed. They just couldn't defrost them.
Oh my God,
it's such a shame.
Yeah,
it was a real shame.
Something similar happened to us when we went to Plopsaland last weekend?
Yeah, pretty much.
Last weekend. So we had to trek down south, then we had to do the south, cross the border to France, drive through Belgium, got to Plopsaland, and everything was shut. And we were like, they said on the door, they were like, rides are all closed today. And we were like, do you think they'll open later? And they were like, probably not, no. We were like, oh no. So we've uploaded a vlog from there now, but luckily it did all open later on in the day, but it was
about 2 p.m. they managed to get things
open.
It
was a very somber morning, I can't lie.
Yeah. Did you find a bar?
We did. We sat in the bar for a few hours until everything opened, so it worked out.
I knew that was going to be where that was going. I was like,
of course we found a bar.
Of course you found a bar. I love the fact that you're it's almost a tongue-in-cheek approach to vlogging. Because you obviously you have your drinks and you lark about, and and it's I've told you before when I've commented on your vlogs that it's a breath of fresh air sometimes, because sometimes some of the vloggers who've been doing it for years and years, it becomes a bit almost premeditated and a bit stiff, and I know I'm guilty of it as well. I've done it where my vlogs have become a little bit stiff, and then I've sort of had to go back and think, next time I've got to watch that. So I mean, as you say, obviously you were two girls doing the parks and decided to film. How do you know each other, by the way?
Oh, this is an interesting story.
We met through Facebook about 10 years ago.
That sounds like such a catfish story, doesn't it?
I was selling tickets to a gig I couldn't go to anymore, and Nicole was on the event page and bought the ticket from me. So we ended up with each other on Facebook just while we did that transaction, and then just kept bumping into each other.
We kept going to the same. It was like fate. Like we kept bumping into each other at the same gig and being like, "Oh, you sold me that ticket." And then we started going to gigs together, and then we set up a festival together, and then we kept in touch. But we didn't really. I went to uni. We didn't really see each other for a few. Oh, you did come to my uni house once for a gig, and then we didn't really see each other for a couple of years. And then during lockdown, we were going to go to a gig in Paris, and Abby was like, "Do you want to go to Disneyland while we were there?" And I was like, "I'm not really into Disney, but I've been watching loads of Disney vlogs." And you were like, "What? That's so weird. I watch Disney vlogs." And then we were talking about like theme park YouTube and what theme park YouTubers we watched. And then we went to a park together, and that's where it all started.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
That's a great story. I love that. That chance meeting of that ticket. I mean, imagine if you hadn't been selling that ticket, where would you? Well, I mean, it's impossible to think where you'd possibly be now, isn't it? It's
just would never have happened.
Yeah, and I know that as Dale has said there, Dale and Jess, the coaster capturers.
Oh, love Dale and Jess so much. Legends.
I think yeah, they definitely and they had a request, girls. Do you know Ben and Holly's theme park adventures?
Yes, we've met them before. Legends.
So unfortunately, they can't be with us tonight because they've got some things going on, and they've had some family things happen, which however, they did message me and asked me to say hi to you. And I wondered whether you'd be so kind and to just say hi to Holly, especially because she absolutely adores you. I believe you met them, didn't you? Actually, at a park.
We did.
Met them at Thorpe Park. So cute.
That's right.
They were the first people to ever come up to us in a park and be like, "We watch your videos," and we literally nearly cried. Best day ever.
That's. Do you know? That reminds me of something quite funny, actually. The fact that the first time people ever approached you was probably in a park furthest away from your home sort of park. Yeah. And a similar thing happened to me. I'd almost never been recognized at a park until I went to Blackpool.
No way.
And it turned out that the lady managing the Kiss Me Quick shop in Blackpool was one of my followers on Instagram, and she recognized me instantly. And I was just like, all the times I've been to Thorpe Park, all the people I know that go to Thorpe Park every weekend, and I've never once been recognized other than when I've arranged to obviously meet people. And then all of a sudden I've gone to Blackpool of all places, and and there's this person who's recognized me straight away. And it was just, it was quite a weird experience, if you like, because I would never have expected it. But as I said, so if you wouldn't mind shouting out a hi to Holly for me, because she is absolutely delightful. And as I say, they couldn't make it tonight. So if you want to say hi to Holly.
Of course. Yeah. Hi, Holly.
Hi, Holly. Sorry you couldn't be here. We love you so much. We love watching your videos.
I know. I hope you enjoyed Winter Wonderland.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. As I said, I know they've had a bit of bad news in the family recently, so I hope that will help to
send in love.
Yeah.
Make their day a little bit better. So thank you so much for that. Something obviously I noticed, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that you girls have just hit 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations on that. That's absolutely awesome.
Buzzing.
It's it's quite a bizarre sort of feeling, isn't it? Do you think it's changed anything, or is it just a case of, we've got there, but we'll just press on as always? Or
it's a nice bit of motivation to keep up with the content. I think we'll always keep up with the trips, but sometimes we're like, oh, should we vlog? Does anybody care? So it's a nice bit of motivation to carry on recording.
Agreed.
Yes. Yes, I must admit there have been days this year where I've been at parks and really sort of gone there with the full intention of vlogging, and then just gone, I'm not sure I can be bothered today.
Yeah.
Because you sort of, especially when there's no rhyme or reason to YouTube numbers, viewing figures. I've put some of my worst vlogs are some of the most watched.
Yeah.
And some of what I think are my best vlogs that I've put loads of effort into, I've had awful views, and you sort of think, that's just absolutely like crazy. What is going on? But I think for me now, this whole living setup is what I really, really love doing. I've spoken to so many people now. This is episode 19.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely ludicrous. And I started it off as I'll do a couple of episodes. It probably won't take off. Nobody really big will want to come on. And then all of a sudden I've got Sean from Lift Hills and Thrills, and I've got Lee from Inversion Addicts, and then yourselves, and and I'm like, wow, I hadn't even anticipated having those sort of guests, if you like, for an age. But it's been absolutely amazing, because it's been a chance to get to know people who I'd love to come and meet in person, but if I can't meet them in person, then what a great way to talk to them, doing this. And I've absolutely loved doing this now. So it's been really, really good, and I've really enjoyed it. I was going to ask you something else then. That's just completely got out of my head. Bear with me.
I'm enjoying the comments.
Yeah, Iona in the comments
I'm-
said, does this mean the Wallace and Gromit tattoos are happening? Absolutely. Yes. Working on it as we speak.
Okay. Do you know what? I saw that comment and I went, what's Wallace? Thank you for pointing that out, because I hadn't worked out that it was Wallace. But it's sometimes really difficult keeping up with because I have to scroll the comments to see them. And sometimes it's, and if there's often conversations happening between people in the comments.
Yeah.
And you sort of have to try and figure out what's relevant to add to the screen and what's just people having a little chat amongst themselves, which is lovely that they do that as well. Going back obviously to what we were saying about Chesington, because I just remembered a comment that Steve from Thrills and Food made about the Chesington Hotel. Now, I know you stayed there, didn't you? Which of the hotels was it you stayed in?
The Safari one.
The same one that I did, yeah.
It's the best.
It's so good.
I reckon it's my favourite hotel that I've stayed in the UK ever.
Yeah.
It's
I was blown away by it. It was, I mean, it's obviously stunning anyway, but with the Christmas theming that they put into it as well, I was just like, whoa, this is just, you wouldn't sort of expect this, having stayed at the Shark Cabins.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's no comparison.
Yeah. And what's the Splash Landings? I love Splash Landings so much. No Splash Landing slander, but the actual rooms are very, very basic. Like we stayed
so expensive.
In the summer, we paid like nearly 250 quid, and the actual room is like a travel lodge. But the Chesington one is we paid under £100 for that one, and it was just stunning. We were so shocked, and when we opened the curtain and saw that out of our window, we were literally nearly crying. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, we weren't fortunate enough to get a view out over the animals. But even the view the other way, because we woke up to it, obviously the frost was just equally beautiful. And as you say, it was just so well themed, minimalist theming.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too in your face.
Yeah.
But done well, and the rooms were so spacious. I mean, obviously we had the double bed, the bunk beds, and we had a travel cot for our youngest, and there was still room for the boys to run around the room.
Yeah,
that's what we were doing when we checked in. So much room.
We were running around the room.
Yeah, and it was just an incredible room. Sadly, the restaurant service was deplorable, shall we say?
We didn't go, did we?
Didn't go there.
Yeah, well, sadly, based on that one experience, I wouldn't recommend it. I hope that they can sort it, because it kind of takes the shine a little bit off the hotel. But from what I understand, the restaurant side of it is run by a different department, which I thought was quite bizarre. So food and beverages are responsible for running the restaurant, and then it's Chesington Hotels that run the hotels and the accommodation side of it, or something. And but yeah, sadly, we were quite disappointed, and we ended up eating for free because the poor manager that was on the floor that day was just so upset with the service that we'd had, that he just said, look, you're eating for free. There's no question, which was great. Yeah. And he was brilliant himself. It just, sadly, the staff weren't supporting him or backing him up. But there you go. So of all the rides you've done, and obviously you've done a load of rides, what's been your favourite ride?
Oh, what, ever? Or do you mean in the UK? Or...
Ever. Give me ever.
Ride to Happiness.
Yeah, Ride to Happiness, definitely. It's so good. It's so good. We had, well, you can watch our vlog for our views. Cheeky plug there. But yeah, it's just fun. Our USP is that we don't know anything about coasters and elements and all that jazz, so we couldn't say this is why it's the best. But it was just fun. We had the best time, and that's why it's our number one.
Yeah.
We don't share a top 10, but it is coincidentally our number one.
Yeah. I mean, that's a view that seems to be shared by a whole lot of the coaster community. That it is, as soon as people have done it, it automatically becomes their number one ride. I'm really, really hoping this year to get over to Plopsaland just for the Ride to Happiness. I don't care if every other ride is closed.
Yeah.
I just want to get on that ride to happiness because it does look absolutely awesome. And obviously I've got a few other parks in the UK that I've still got to try and tackle. Having been so late coming to roller coasters, it's I've still got quite a lot of UK ones as well, but I'm hoping to chalk off most of them, but also definitely get the ride to happiness in. So I'll happily give up on some of the UK ones if it means I get to go out to go and do the ride to happiness. That's a definite.
Well
What about your worst ride? I'm really intrigued to hear about this and why.
I hate Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Oh yeah, that's a shocking ride. Shocking.
It's just so rough. It just hurts. There's nothing enjoyable about it.
The worst bit for me is that inline twist. That was really painful. The rest of it was sort of okay. If you like really like brace yourself, but absolutely nothing counteracts the knocking of that inline twist. It was horrific.
Brutal.
It's one of those. I've done it. I've got the coaster cred. I don't think I'll ever set foot on it again.
That's fair.
And there aren't many roller coasters that I've said that about. But that is definitely one that I will now shy away from massively. Because
Revolution as well, one and done for me. Don't like Revolution, it makes me feel sick. Nemesis Inferno, not a fan.
Oh really?
Yeah, I hate
She's
it.
going in. I don't mind Nemesis Inferno.
I quite like Nemesis Inferno, and I wouldn't say it's better than Nemesis, but I equally wouldn't say that it was not as good as. I think they're quite different, and they both have their plus points in different ways. Nemesis Inferno for me is the better ride, but Nemesis is better themed.
That's wild.
I prefer Nemesis overall.
Yeah, same.
Like the intensity and the layout and the theming. But
yeah,
they are similar.
They are, and I think it's that whole whichever one is your local one, I think does dictate a little bit, which is your preference.
Do you reckon?
Obviously, I've
I've
ridden Nemesis Inferno.
Yeah, Nemesis must have been my first invert. I'm fairly sure.
Defo was mine.
I'm laughing at Chase's comment.
That's brilliant.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
I need to take a photo of that because that is incredible.
Sorry, James, you must be sick of us. We've been calling it the PR tour because we have finally found time in our schedule to get together and do as many sort of podcasts as we can.
That's brilliant. That's really made me laugh.
It's funny because obviously when I spoke to you, was it a couple of weeks ago, and we said, let's do this one. I'd like you to come and do my Christmas special. Fantastic, and I was like, this is going to be a real coup as far as chat shows, live streams is concerned, because I'd never seen you on any other chat shows or live streams. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, OTT and this one and that one, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Sorry,
but I was like, no, because
we saved the best till last.
Yeah,
flattery will get you everywhere.
It really will. Tomorrow, you idiot.
Oh yeah. We are
right.
on the chain.
Right. I see. Now that's a cheeky plug.
Yeah, it's all right.
But no, I obviously I'd said to you way back, I think when I first started the show, I think I originally messaged you and said, I'd love to have you on, and obviously we were just struggling to ever make it work.
We actually live about 45 minutes apart from each other, so it's like getting both of us free and together is not always the easiest.
I suppose that's quite a common problem for team vloggers, because obviously you've got people like Danny and Jamie Vlogs, and sort of teams like that must actually make it quite difficult sometimes to appear on things like this, because as you say, you've got to free up enough time in your schedules to be able to be together. And and 45 minutes is no short journey in anyone's book. So I do appreciate that you made that effort to
No, well,
to
thank
come
you for
and
having us.
be on the show. No, it is my pleasure, and I knew we'd have a laugh. Despite the, I was a little concerned when we had the original technical issues
Yeah,
that it might all go a little bit pear shaped. But no, it's working out quite smoothly so far. So obviously, I've asked a few of the guests over the last few weeks to record some Christmas messages for the show. So I'm going to show a couple of those now. I have written a little quiz for you.
Okay.
Don't panic. It is just literally finish the words of well-known Christmas songs, and I mean they are the most famous Christmas songs.
I thought it was going to be a coaster quiz then. I did just
no. It's Christmas. We don't do coaster quizzes at Christmas. Why would you do a coaster quiz at Christmas? That's a no. It had to be Christmas based, didn't it? I'm actually surprised we're even really talking that much about coasters, because I didn't envisage us having huge amounts to say about coasters. It's Christmas and it's people having a drink. It's. Speaking of which, yeah, cheers. So I'm going to show a couple of these because I was really quite touched by some of them. First, we'll go with the Zoodaloopers. I need to turn the banners off first. I don't know if you saw the Zoodaloopers. They're an American Florida father-son vlogging team. Great vlogs. That Busch Gardens Tampa is their local park, which is
nice.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, really lucky. Although once you've seen this video, they're actually quite jealous of us at the moment.
Merry
so I'm just going to play this
from the Zoodaloopers. That's us. No, but Merry Christmas to all of you guys, especially those folks up in the UK. You guys are lucky. I mean, you guys must have been really good because Santa is delivering for you guys with Thorpe's new hypercoaster, with Nemesis's retrack. I mean,
the wing coaster, the Jumanji wing coaster. I mean, that's crazy.
Where can America Santa needs to step up his game?
I agree.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Oh, that's so cute.
Love that.
Yeah, they were great guests, and I think I'll definitely get them on again. So I'm just going to run through a couple of.
It's Jameer from NG and 10 Stros, and thank you so much, Darren, for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys enjoy your New Year's. And it's crazy. Time been flying, and we're almost in a new year, and we're about to be upcoming and, approaching 2023. And 2023 looks like a fun and good one, so I really hope you guys enjoy your time, have fun, and just overall have a fun vibe in 2023. And yeah, it's just crazy how time been flying. And again, I hope you guys enjoy both your Christmas and New Year's. And if you're on the seek of growing, definitely keep putting in that hard work, that passion, that dedication, and the time. And you're going to see some good results come in the long run when you keep doing so. So definitely keep keeping that up. And thank you again, Darren, for having me on. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for your time. And as always, stay intense.
This is Caroline from Kazzy's Crafts and More.
I'm David from Dave's Adventures.
And we just want to wish the fans and everyone else of Anxious Riders a Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year
from Alton Towers and
Lightopia.
And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Wholesome.
I've got a few more. I'll show those towards the end. But I just thought it'd been a nice pause there to have those people speak. Obviously, they were all previous guests, which it was really nice of them to come out and speak. See, now we've got to catch up with the live chat again because it's like 12 messages came through as that was going. I was like, oh my word, here we go. But yeah. Obviously, remembering about the whole Aldi thing, have you ever seen the Aldi Christmas toys that they bring out? Kevin the Carrot.
Yeah, the carrots.
So this year they brought out football-related ones,
Okay. the
and
World Cup.
and some of these were obvious. So I've got a couple of them because we collect them in this house. So we've got. Any ideas who this fella is?
Is that a sweet corn?
I think it's a lemon.
Oh.
Can you lift it up a little bit, please?
Oh.
No.
He's giving lemon vibes.
Well, it must be a footballer. 'Cause you said it's football related.
They're all these are football related.
No, I'm not very good at my football.
No.
No.
See, I think some of these are quite obscure.
Looks like the Pringles man.
The answer is Ronaldo.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Oh,
Cristiano.
Oh, Ronaldo. Like Aldi.
Portuguese prima donna.
Since when has he had a white moustache?
Exactly. I think Aldi have stretched the guessing a little bit on this one. I'm not even sure what that one's meant to be. I'm not even going to go there. All right, let's start with. There's an easier one. Here we go. Right. Say what you see. It's a tasty cob.
Oh.
What?
I don't know. Messy.
Why would you say that? What does that mean?
A
Wait.
footballer.
Yeah, but why?
What was
Say what you see.
Ronaldo?
Say what you see.
Well, he's a burger, isn't he?
What's that going to do with Messi?
I don't know.
Well, is that
What's
fun?
Ronaldo
Burger
got to
Messi.
do with lemons?
I'm gonna cry. Is it a burger?
It's a burger bun.
Oh, bun. I
Bun.
don't know enough footballer names.
Mbap.
Oh, right, yeah, the French guy.
See, that was a little bit easier.
Yeah.
This is fun. I like this. Here we go. Right. Now, think legend. Think absolute legend of football.
Is he a pickle? Oh,
Wait.
a legend of football. So that's got to be Messi.
Stop saying everything Messi.
I can name
Older.
2 footballers, and they're Ronaldo and
Older.
Messi.
Older.
Older.
Older
Wait,
than
isn't that
Messi.
not? Isn't that guy that's just played his last game?
No.
Oh.
This guy played his last game a long time ago.
Wait.
Who was before, like Messi? Who was
Is it
before?
like? Does it begin with M?
It does.
Is it? I don't want to say it wrong because I'm going to get. I got this not out of context part and bites going. Is it Maradona?
Yay!
Oh,
And Costa Tom was
Maradona!
absolutely right. Maradona.
Nice.
It's easy when you know, isn't it? Now this one, okay.
It was a Mario, not a pickle.
I've got to get this one because
You're going to go.
I don't understand
Messi.
the league. I've got no idea. Okay, so any guesses?
Right. What's he got on?
It looks like a parsnip or a turnip.
Oh yeah, I love blue parsnips.
He's got a little goatee.
Ooh.
If that makes any difference.
Oh, this is hard.
Is he well known?
Yes. Oh God,
Oh.
yes.
He's got a goatee.
Oh God, yes.
Is it Beckham? How does that relate to a parsnip?
I'm not even sure what fruit it is or vegetable.
Yeah.
I've got to be
Or is it
honest.
just fruit? I'm really stumped.
Not a clue.
You should have gone to your safe answer to everything because it's actually Messi.
I wonder what he is.
I don't know.
So,
I thought blueberry, but then I was like, do blueberries come from Argentina?
Yeah.
So
I'll have to have a
I don't
Google
know.
of that
God
later.
knows.
You've got to, yeah. There's a whole load. There was a few of them, and I was just like, I don't get the connections. I really, really don't. And I love football, but I didn't get the connections. at all.
Yeah,
with
that's
those.
random. Made me laugh though.
Yeah, they were so random.
Really made me laugh.
That was the point. I thought, do you know what, this will get a laugh surely, because it's just so random. It's all the other Aldi toys that come out every year have been lovely and cute, and and then all of a sudden we get these ridiculous football
Cursed
characters.
footballers. Cursed football veg.
Oh, God.
James is saying, I bet that set you back 30 quid. Do you know what? It probably did. But as I say, we've been collecting them since Kevin the Carrot started. My wife's an avid collector of them. She literally, that and those bloody gonk things.
I do love Kevin.
Love a gonk. Yeah, Kevin's son.
Kevin's great. Yeah, it's the gonks I'm not keen on. There's only one other thing I hate about. There's only one other thing I hate about Christmas more than the gongs, and that's that Elf on the Shelf tradition.
Oh, do you not do Elf on the Shelf?
Oh God, no. Why would a parent put themselves under that extra pressure of having to? You see it on Instagram, don't you? Anybody got any ideas for Elf on the Shelf? I'm on day 5 and I've run out of ideas, and it all seems like such a good. Seems like a good idea when they start it, but it's just absolutely no. So no, I've told my son that it's a purely commercial thing. It isn't real. I'll be brutally honest with him.
They make me mess every night as well.
That's so funny.
Exactly. So you're making mess that you've then got to clear up the next morning, pretending you're this imaginary toy coming to life.
That's so funny.
Let's not even touch on the fact that you're telling your children that there's a toy in the house that comes to life every night and roams around the house doing stuff. When I was a kid, that would have scared the life out of me.
Yeah.
Oh God, you've cracked me up there. That's really made me laugh. Oh, Ben and Holly are here.
Hi guys.
They are here. Hi Ben and Holly.
Hello.
Thank you for joining. The Abi and Nicole have recorded or have given you a shout out earlier in the video, just in case you couldn't make it. So, but it's great that you've been able to make it. We've been having quite a laugh, to be fair. It's probably the least serious episode I've ever done, and I absolutely love it. It's exactly what I hoped it was going to be, and I knew having you girls on was going to make it a lot of fun. So that's absolutely brilliant. I thought we'd do our little quiz now. There's only 5, okay. I've prepared them in the banners, so just finish off the line or verse in some cases. So the first one, and the Christmas bells that ring there.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Wait.
Come on.
Are there something chimes of doom?
What carols do you listen to?
It is, isn't it?
It is. You're right. Yeah. You're one word missing.
Are there? It's not. Oh, I don't want to say because I feel wrecked.
Say it.
Go on, sing it. I'll sing it
I
with
don't
you.
know. I can't sing it. I can't. It's Oh, is it? Do they know it's Christmas?
It's a Band-Aid. Yes, it is. Yes.
Are they clanging?
Yay! Spot on.
You took. Sorry, I nearly swore then. You took the mick out of me as well.
Yeah. Well, obviously you knew.
One down.
So 1 down, 4 to go. So next up we've got Where the Treetops Glisten and Children Listen.
To sleigh bells.
Keep going.
In the
Snow.
Yes. To sleigh and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Nice.
White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
Nice.
Totally useless quiz fact for you here. The song White Christmas didn't appear in the film White Christmas.
Oh.
So if you're ever doing a Christmas quiz and they ask you about that, it never appeared in the film White Christmas. It was something else, Holiday or something, I think it was called. So there you go. Useless information from me.
That's cool.
Number 3. Here we go. There we go. Does your granny always tell you that the old songs are the best?
When she's up and rock and rolling with the rest.
Yay!
Oh my God.
Fantastic. Good old Slade, bit of noddy holder. Can't.
Nice.
It's not Christmas without Merry Xmas, everybody, is it?
No, that's true.
It is a bop, to be
My
fair.
fun fact is that I've served noddy holder behind a bar.
No
That's
way.
So yeah.
Wow.
That's a fun fact.
That is a real claim to fame, that is, isn't it? So, number 4. So this is Christmas. And what have you done?
Oh,
I can hear it in my head.
yeah. I've got the wrong verse in my head.
Yeah, that was stunning.
Another year older, a new one just begun.
Yay!
Oh,
No, that's
We're
it.
doing
You're
all right.
absolutely right. That's it. Yeah. John Lennon and Yoko, I believe, wasn't it? Merry
True.
Christmas, War is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of those. It's a. Although it's sort of a bit depressing, it is very Christmas, isn't it? And I do love to have a listen to that one. Here we go. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
It's not like everyone dancing merrily.
is it not late? Wait, I'm on the wrong verse, I think. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling.
Yay!
You're too good at this.
Spot on. that was brilliant. I should have made them harder. I thought, you know what? I don't want to make them too hard because I've been known in the past. I used to do an anagram quiz at the end of the show, and apparently it was the hardest anagram quiz that people had ever done. And
Oh, I can't do anagrams. I've got no patience. They stress me out.
so I dropped it in the end. It was just it was like no, this isn't working. So well done. That's absolutely fantastic. I can't believe you zoomed through those so well.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
You did one.
It was a team effort, girls. It's a team channel. I don't have to share glory. You see, it's just me. And sometimes Thomas, but all I seem to do watching back vlogs that he's in is spend the time taking the mick out of him for being ginger. I just
Brutal.
it really is. But then he does make stupid comments about fake tigers, and you know, he just asks for a ribbing. Here we go. Look, Coaster Chicken saying, "Never let me do anagrams again." They were brutal. If you want to see how bad they were, go back to the very first episode I ever did, which unfortunately for James was with Coaster Chicken. So he was my guinea pig, and they were brutal. It was only when I watched it back I realized actually this actually is really, really bad. I think maybe, you know, and then the next ones I made too easy. And that was when I had Sean from Lift Hills and Thrills on, and he just sort of whizzed through them, and I was like, okay, well, they were too easy, and the others were too hard. But I just give up. I give up. Let's just forget about that, because clearly I can't write quizzes. But Christmas is a bit different, isn't it? You know, it is a bit different. So, what are your Christmas plans anyway?
Not really got on it. Chilling.
We still don't know
do you
what
have
we're doing on New Year's Eve.
Oh yeah, New Year's Eve plans rest of the year. We want to do something good. We want to go somewhere potentially abroad, but we don't know where. So any suggestions? Hit us up.
Somewhere with rides.
Yeah, somewhere with entertainment and pints and excitingness.
It's funny you say about the somewhere with rides, because obviously I'm a private nanny, and so half of my holiday each year is decided by the family I work for, and then half I choose. And they've decided to go on holiday from the 2nd to the 9th of January, which is lovely for them. They're going to go and have some winter sun in Spain. But for me, they couldn't have chosen a workable week to go on holiday, because nothing that I would want to do is open.
Yeah, fair.
And I've looked. We have searched all over Europe for parks. that would have rides open, and there literally is nothing. And I'm like, oh great, so we're going to be literally stuck at home, or it's just New Year at Disneyland Paris. Actually,
I wish I could afford that.
I know.
I know. Me too. That was probably the one place that was open that might be a visit. But yeah, it was a case of. Oh, that's really nice. Theme parks all over are saying this is the most entertaining episode that they've seen yet.
I love
I don't know if
that.
they saw. I must admit, I haven't laughed as much. I don't know if you whether you've seen or not seen an episode with Jamie from Danny and Jamie Vlogs, and he had me in tears the entire episode. I don't think we had a serious conversation at any point. It just was a constant roasting of me, which which I knew was coming. So as soon as I asked him on, I was like, I know what's going to happen. He's going to absolutely rave. To live up to exactly what I was in tears, tears, the whole way through. But this is another one where I'm going to look back on this one and go, yeah, this was absolutely amazing. I'm getting a few things here about Phantasialand.
That could be an option.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
Efteling apparently is open year round.
Yeah, we did look at Efteling first, didn't we? But it's just getting to it is a bit awkward. We're looking at a Europa Park as well, and also Portventura is open as well. New Year's. So many options, but we want the cheapest and easiest to get to.
So what does a normal Christmas for you girls look like? Is it a family affair, or are you with loved ones, or?
Yeah, really quiet one.
Yeah.
I'm an only child, so it's just the three of us, which is nice. Just a quiet, not a lot going on. There's not a lot to do when you're an adult, is there? When you've not got kids yet, you're just like, it's just a day of the year.
There is that period between reaching adulthood when the magic sort of disappears, and then having your own children when you rediscover the magic in a very different way.
Yeah.
I spent quite a number of years working in the pub industry and retail, and I hated Christmas. Absolutely hated it with a passion. It was the worst time of year because it just meant harder work. And then all of a sudden I had children and rediscovered the magic of Christmas all over again. That's not to say I'm going to keep having children to keep the magic of Christmas alive, because I think 4's enough for me now. I'm done. But yeah. So there you go. You've got some great suggestions here. Dale was asking about grill the guest section. I don't know if you know what I've usually done is sort of put the last 10 minutes to people asking questions directly to either yourselves or to me.
Go for it.
A question that I've already had come up: what's your favorite dark ride? And that came from Carolyn from Kaz's Crafts and Gifts.
We know this straight away. We don't even have to debate.
Wallace and Gromit's Thrilling-matic.
Blackpool Pleasure Beach. 100%.
I must admit, I thought that the whole tattoo thing earlier, I was thinking, I bet it's Wallace and Gromit. It's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be. I did that ride in October, and I must admit, I did really, really enjoy it. It was quite bizarre, but very, very enjoyable and so well themed.
Yeah, it's one of the most well-maintained rides as well at the park. Like, they keep it working and all the effects working. Yeah. The smell pods loaded up.
It's brilliant. It's long. It's great. We love it.
The funniest rides I remember from doing Blackpool Pleasure Beach was the Alice in Wonderland ride.
Oh yeah,
crazy ride, wild.
It was absolutely nuts. And you know that section where she's holding the flamingo, like she's about to play golf.
Yeah.
When you glimpse that, it doesn't look like she's holding a flamingo to begin with. It looks like something quite rude.
I know it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I had to do a double take. I really did, and go, surely, oh no, it's right. It's a flamingo. It's an upside down flamingo. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you could do fixing that.
But yeah, Dale would like to know. Dale's coming in now. Coaster capturer Dale.
Oh my God, there's so many questions.
I know they're all flooding in now.
Should we quick fire through those?
movie?
Favorite movie? School Rock.
Mary Poppins.
I like yours, Mary Poppins. Not so keen on School of Rock. I'm not a big Jack Black fan, but
oh my God.
Your
the
least
new Little
favorite
Women.
movie?
Oh, least favorite movie. Just anything action, fighting, all that stuff, car chasing stuff. Just not for me.
Yeah, I don't think I've got a least favourite. I'm struggling. I don't like things like Transformers.
We don't like cars.
I grew up with the animated Transformers and wasn't totally sold on the whatever you call it. Is it stop animation? No, it's not stop animation, but the CGI modern films just didn't really. And Transformers was an animated series for me, so you know they're reasonable films, but they're not up there for me. So I'm guessing then Die Hard for you wouldn't be a favourite.
Don't love it.
Never
but
seen
I
it.
don't dislike it.
You never seen Die Hard? Oh,
No.
you have to watch it.
It sounds action.
It's that film that divides. It is an action film, but it's a film that divides the nation about whether it's a Christmas film or not. So give it a watch. It's quite an old film now, actually. It's Bruce Willis. And then you'll have to message me and see what you think, whether it's a Christmas film or not a Christmas film. I don't think it's a Christmas film, personally. But a lot of people. So there we go. Right, where are we at now? We've got 2023 theme park plans.
We're starting off with Portons in February.
Yeah.
And
about 45,000 trips to Blackpool.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll go to Blackpool plenty.
We've booked Florida.
Yeah, back to Orlando in September.
Exciting.
Energylandia, not booked, but definitely on the cards.
Energylandia next year, and hopefully Portaventura.
Ooh.
And Europa Park. But again, the European ones aren't booked yet, but those are the plans. And of course, Merlin Parks.
Of course. they're staples, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I've already put my annual leave request in for opening night of Fright Nights.
I love that so much.
I was disappointed by Fright Nights, I've got to be honest. But I suspect the problem was that I went on a very, very busy Saturday, and what was happening was they were rushing people to the mazes. And so you weren't getting the full immersion, character interaction, etc. So I'm going to try and do it again this year, but on a quieter day. So maybe earlier in October, and see if the experience is different. Because
because when you pay in those prices, you want a good experience.
I felt like I should have had a refund at the end of it. You know, it was that poor, and the queuing times for rides as well was just absolutely ridiculous. But you know, it's you pays your money, you takes your chance, don't you? It is one of those things. Coaster Hen would like to know your favourite band. This is an interesting one.
Oh, mine's really obscure. Mine's the Lemon Twigs, but I also love the Vamps, and I'm really into the 1975 at the minute.
Yeah. I feel like I'm on the spot. I really love McFly and Busted.
You can't beat a bit of cheesy pop.
No, you can't.
You know, it's definitely. What's going to be your first park in March this year? I'm guessing Dave might be referring to once Merlin Parks have opened.
Oh, yeah, the big.
Oh, the big. Is it Blackpool or is it Alton Towers?
It will depend on what the parks have got planned.
Yeah,
I won't miss out if. I'd love to go to Jumanji opening. I'd love to see whatever happens to Jewel. So I think that would be where we'll end up.
Yeah, agreed. If one of them are opening, we'll go to that one. But otherwise, we'll probably stay loyal to Blackpool, unless every single person we've ever known is going to go the other ones, and then we have too much FOMO for be missing out on that.
I suspect that Jumanji won't open until Easter. I seem to remember that Croc Drop was advertised to open in spring 2020, but didn't actually open until after the park had opened.
Right.
So I reckon they'll do the same thing with Jumanji. They'll wait until the parks open, and then take it from there probably. The Coaster Capturers want to know: is your favourite one Crazy Frog?
No.
No, funnily enough,
No,
Dale,
Dale.
it is not.
We still hate you for that, Dale.
They put that on your song playlist, didn't they? That you
They did.
requested
Yeah.
a playlist. That's right. I remember now. I was trying to think now. I was like, why is that relevant? I know why that's relevant. Yes. Oh, isn't that funny that Coaster Chicken and Coaster Hen asked the same question, their husband and wife? That's
Love that.
that's quite funny. Favorite
Oh my
drink
God.
in Epcot? And
This
which
is my
country?
favorite question I've ever been asked in my life. So, excellent question. My favorite drink in Epcot is in France, and it is, I actually don't know what it's called, but it's like a pink frozen vodka martini. And it's unreal. And I think about it once a day, every day.
And my favourite was the blood orange margarita from Mexico Pavilion. It was my favourite in 2019. It was still my favourite last year. It's perfect.
Excellent question.
Sounds good.
It's Oscar's airtime.
If you don't know who they are, and Oscar are absolutely lovely. Go and check them out because
Yeah.
it's
We've
a
met
mother and
Oscar.
son.
We've met them.
We rode stealth with
Oh,
Oscar.
you've met them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Legends.
Yeah,
Great.
Oscar was sat behind
I
us
met
with
them for the
Jack
first time at
Silverstone.
Fright Nights.
Yeah, we bumped into
Okay.
them at Fright
Yes, I
Nights
saw the
as
vlog of that.
well.
Actually. Yes. Yeah, great family. We spent almost a day with them at Fright Nights. Absolutely lovely, and I've arranged to do further collabs with them, and they're going to be on the show in the new year as well. So
Nice.
there you go, guys. A little bit of a preview of upcoming episodes there. Oscar's airtime are coming on, but yeah, absolutely lovely people. Oh, here's a bit of a controversial one. Your favorite YouTubers?
Oh my God. How long have we got?
Yeah, many.
Underrated one that you might not be onto that I recommend you get onto is Theme Park Force.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He's hilarious, and he's going to be massive. So, 10 out of
Coaster
10 would
Giant,
recommend.
World of Thrills.
Arch Nemesis,
Yeah.
Eddie, Jack Silkstone, shout out,
Yeah.
mates. Parksville,
Yeah, Parksville. And of course, Ben and Holly's Theme Park Adventure.
absolutely.
You can't not include Ben and Holly. They're just absolutely
Legends.
wonderful people. I met them for the first time on my birthday actually at Thorpe Park, and they turned up, and Holly had made me a birthday card, and I almost
that's so
cried.
nice.
Stop it.
I
That's
almost
so
cried. I was like, oh my God, that's got the feels going. That really
That's
has
so
hit me right in the
sweet.
feels. But that's the kind of people that they are, you know, and obviously Ben is absolutely awesome. Yeah, they're great people. And I'm glad I've met them. I've met them twice now actually, which is absolutely fantastic. The best clamshell diss track this year, other than Nems and your own?
Oh,
I loved
Thrill Riders and Digital Dance made me
Yeah,
laugh
that-
so much.
Thrill Riders and Digital Dance, production value, the bars, like, everything about it was brilliant. I also loved Eddie's, and Ben There Done That was so funny. But I think all of them,
Yeah.
like, everyone that's had the confidence and put the time in to write a rap and make the effort to record it, like, I really rate it.
It's really kept us entertained. It's been so
Yeah.
exciting. Every time someone drops one, I'm like so buzzing and excited to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but they've been very entertaining from an external person looking in. I'm almost glad now that I didn't get any further than a nomination, because I couldn't have written a diss track to save my life.
You
know?
could have.
It
Yes,
took
you
us
could
hours
have.
and hours.
No,
We
no,
definitely
no.
could.
I could see you
Well-
rapping. I could see you doing that. Easy.
You can see more than I can see. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
You are a G.
So, your favorite coaster capturer that you've seen at Flamingo Land? This is a bit of
This is
a
a trick question, Dale.
It is, isn't it?
That's a closed question.
But I loved seeing Jess at Alton Towers when I did the 5K. So
We love you both equally.
yeah, we'd really like to have a pint with both of you at some point.
Definitely. I didn't realize that you did the 5K at Alton Towers, because I did the 5K as well.
Yeah, we didn't see you. I was meant to do the 10K and I downgraded it last minute. So I did not have the capacity.
I had a really, really hard day spectating. It was rough. I was carrying
there was
so many coats.
I think there was as many entrants from our group as there were spectators, if not maybe more spectators. but yeah, it was a great experience. I loved it, absolutely loved it. And then the walk on rides afterwards was a just reward, wasn't it, for pushing yourself through that grueling 5K run. To be able to just walk on Wicker Man repeatedly was absolutely worth it. I couldn't
definitely would do it again and recommend it.
Yeah, I've already booked for next year.
Nice.
And I'm going for I've got an agreement with Steve from Thrills and Food that we're aiming to get under 25 minutes next year.
Wow.
So the training will start as soon as the new year kicks in. Once I've got through all the Christmas food, I will start training, and then we'll take it from there. Have you ever thought about buying?
Yeah, we've thought about buying a caravan or camper van.
Yeah, my dad owns a camper van, and we're going to use his and trial it, and then maybe we'll invest in a joint P&P van, the P&P wagon.
Okay. I definitely won't be taking my vehicle without it being able to sleep in it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome, though, wouldn't it? Imagine, you could get it all, pimp my ride styling.
Get a nice bar in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a bar in there. I'd be disappointed, actually. I think I've commented on the on a couple of vlogs that you did that didn't involve alcohol. It was really quite disappointing. It was like, oh, you're not drunk. This isn't, not that you're not entertaining when you aren't drunk. Obviously, you've been very entertaining tonight, and I don't think you're drunk tonight.
We're not.
We've all agreed that we've got work tomorrow, sadly. So it's what do you do for work? Actually, I'm quite intrigued now.
Admin. It's quite fortunate that it's not too demanding a job that I can duck and dive and go out every weekend.
I work for like a vulnerability department in like a digital bank. Very random jobs, nothing to do with theme parks at all.
I was going to say, yeah.
One
day. Have you seen the pay though?
Fair.
It is awful. The Coaster Capturers would like to know, can you sing us a bit of your diss track?
No.
Ooh,
Capturers very prominent in this Q&A. I think we've answered enough.
He's always in there with
Oh, Dan.
We've got
Hi, Dan.
We've got a massive fan here of yours.
Oh, we love
What was
Dan.
your first proper coaster, and did you enjoy it, or were you terrified by it? Dan, thank you for commenting. And I'm actually quite touched that this is the first ever live stream that you commented on. So thank you very much for joining us and commenting. That's absolutely fantastic. So first proper coaster, girls.
Mine was Galactica at Alton Towers.
Nice.
And I was terrified, but I convinced myself that it didn't go upside down. So that there is a debate. Does it go upside down? Does it not? And yeah, I was terrified, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, see, I remember doing Runaway Mine Train when I was about 11 and hating it. So I only started getting roller coasters a couple of years ago, and my first proper one, probably something like Crush's Coaster at Disneyland Paris, or
okay.
I know Nemesis was my first invert, but this is only in the last few years. I learned to love them now.
Yeah. Well, I think you've overcome your fears like I have, haven't you, of coasters a bit?
Yeah. My
first ever coaster, a little bit of a backstory to this. When my now beautiful wife and I got together, when we first started dating, our first official date was at Thorpe Park. And she gave me this this ultimatum, if you like, that if I really liked her that much and thought that she was, that she was the one for me, that she'd be able to persuade me to get on a roller coaster of my choice. So we went to Thorpe Park and I looked at all the different roller coasters, and for whatever reason, Nemesis Inferno was the one that I thought would be the easiest to deal with, and that's how I ended up doing Nemesis Inferno as my first ever roller coaster.
That's wild.
I love that.
I've gone from nothing to Nemesis Inferno, right back down to Runaway Mine Train, which I was also scared of the first time I did, and then built myself way back up. But yeah, and then we had the incident with the lying about Swarm. But I've told this story quite a few times now, so the viewers are probably a bit tired of it. But we were queuing up for Swarm it was June last year when I decided that's it. I'm tackling my fears. I'm done with this. I'm not going to be the bag holder anymore. I'm going to enjoy these rides. And as we were queuing up, you know that bit where you go over the bridge and you look at the lift hill. And I looked at that lift hill and I said, oh, that doesn't look much higher than Galactica, actually. And she went, no, it's not. It's not, they're about the same. And I went, are you sure about that? I'm going to Google it. No, don't Google it. Don't Google it. You can Google it afterwards. So we've gone round. I've trusted her, obviously. She's my wife. Of course I trust her. We've gone round. We've done Swarm. And I've got off and gone, I'm going to Google this now. Googled it. It's twice the height of Galactica. But it got me onto Swarm, So
yeah. Great ride.
Her.
Great ride.
I love Swarm. I love Swarm. It's a
So
great
good.
wing coaster. It's some people diss it because of its smoothness. I think actually its smoothness helps it be an even better coaster. Because it does have intensity. There's no doubt about that. It has intensity.
Yeah.
It's right. We've got another question here. Worst drink in Cool Club?
What's Cool Club?
Beverly, I think in Epcot. When you get the little cups and you try all the different drinks.
Oh yeah. Oh, they were all terrible. Terrible.
That would make sense.
Just the Beverly that I don't like.
I didn't like any of them.
That's fair enough. That kind of kills that question dead, doesn't it?
Sorry.
No, it's I'm just trying to see if there's any more questions. There's quite a lot of comments. What's question? You thinking of? Oh no, that's just for Dave. There's a conversation of in the live chat. Does anyone else have any questions for Abi and Nicole? I've caught up with the live chat. That's it. Does anyone else have any further questions for Abi and Nicole?
I'm really enjoying all these comments about getting married in Florida. Sign me up.
I love Coaster Hen saying I made the chicken go to Florida and he wouldn't go on anything. That's so funny.
What's in the book thing I do on Tower of Terror? I absolutely love that.
It's the dream.
Yeah, Florida wedding is
my story about Swarm. They have a very similar story about Tower of Terror. She persuaded Coaster Chicken to get on Tower of Terror. I can't remember exactly what it was that she said to him now, but she got him on it, and he was absolutely terrified. I think he's one person whose overall fear of roller coasters was probably worse than my own. She absolutely ruined Tower of Terror because she persuaded him to get on it, it wasn't an enjoyable experience. Apparently, it was absolutely horrific. So I imagine that can only have caused some domestic arguments in their house.
It is terrifying.
At the end of that one,
it's really scary.
Yeah, absolutely. So how she persuaded him that it wasn't terrifying, or that it was worth getting on, I don't know. We've got a question here: have you got merch coming out? It seems to be a big thing at the moment. Everyone's releasing merch.
Yeah, we've not got.
You've got a hoodie. I bought Abi a hoodie joking for a birthday present, and we've got our friend's dad a hoodie.
There's 2 hoodies in existence, and I own one, and our friend's dad owns one. But we should look into it.
If people are interested, we'd definitely be up for it.
Yeah, we need to sort ourselves out and get some merch available next year.
I keep joking that I'm going to bring out some Anxious Rider pants, because obviously my logo has the little man with the pants on his head, and the link of that is that the first time I started doing bigger rides was when somebody said to me, "You've just got to put your big boy pants on and just get on with it." Right. And that's how that came about. So I keep saying, I'm going to release a range of pants with a logo on the front, and there'll be everybody's big boy pants. But I haven't got around to it yet. So I'm not sure I will. It does seem to be a very popular thing at the moment, though, doesn't it? There's quite a lot of Dale thinks that your merch should include pints.
Yeah,
Pint
just show us-
glasses. There you go.
Oh,
Pint
that's
glasses.
that'd be cute.
genius, actually.
Someone else just said something like that. Reusable pint pots. What, like a stein or something?
There you go.
Pint stein. Yeah, that'd be. I'm into that.
Yeah. And shot glasses.
Yeah, I love that idea. Okay, you've given us lots to work off here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
P&P Brewery. Maybe we came up with our own
Maybe.
pints.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that would be insane.
Yeah,
I would love
this
that.
could go far.
That would be insane. Would it be a lager or a bitter though?
A cider.
I was just about to say I didn't include cider in those options. And then
Cider always.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, definitely. Well, girls, it's been absolutely fantastic. We've obviously been chatting now for an hour and a quarter, which is well over the hour that I told you that we normally go for. I don't think I've ever finished a show on an hour. It never happens that way. We just go on and on, and we probably could go on all night, but you've got work in the morning and so have I. So maybe now's a good time to call it a day. Thank you so much for coming in. Now, I was hoping if I could possibly convince you.
Oh no.
That we could give a little rendition of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." You know, I just thought it would be a nice touch. You know, I'm as out of tune as anybody else, so you know, I could just bring my cats in here and stamp on their tails, and you'll get a similar tune. You know, it's not going to be fun, but it's fun. So would you join me in a little rendition of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas"?
I think our internet's breaking up.
Oh, is it? That's funny, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah. I might just mute us.
We love it. We love it.
Thank
You sing and we'll have it. We'll have a dance. We'll dance to yours.
Don't. Did you see the story I put out earlier when I tried to sing? It was.
Yeah, I did. I did
was
see
pretty-
that. I did see that.
It was pretty. That was doing the school run earlier as part of my job.
Oh, I love that.
Costa Tog says I shouldn't make you do it, but I think it's only fair that we should sing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." But it's up to you. If you don't want to do it, I'm
We'll have a
you
little
know.
bit.
Yeah,
you
we'll be a hype man. Woo.
No, we're all right. I'm not singing on my own. If you're not with me, I'm not singing.
Oh.
Do you know what? Come on then. Let's go. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Fantastic. Thank you so much, girls. I've absolutely loved this episode. You know, and yeah, it's been absolutely. We've all laughed so much tonight, which has been exactly what I wanted. You know, because you know, Christmas is a hard time for people. I've been suffering from a little bit of low self-esteem.
Oh.
But you know, it's Christmas now, and we can all enjoy that. And Darren, voice of an angel, somebody's put. Clearly,
let me have balls.
Clearly, Zoodalooper's headphones in America are not working. They're clearly not working. Or my microphones.
Oh my God, Zoodaloopers are here. I didn't know they were here.
Yeah, they joined us about halfway through.
Legends.
Which was really nice. But yeah, no, girls, I've had an absolute blast tonight. It's been fantastic.
It's so funny.
Thank you so much for coming. This will be the funniest podcast you've ever done, I reckon.
Thank you so much for having us. That was weird.
It's been a pleasure, and I've loved it. And I think you'll have to come back and do another one, because I reckon that I'll get a load of grief now about getting you back for more episodes. So yeah, we'll talk about it and we'll sort something out.
We'll come back
in the future. I'd love to have you back. Absolutely love it. You know, it has been a blast. Maybe next time we'll try and make it as well, so that we're not working the next day, and we can play some drinking games.
Yes,
because I think that could be quite funny, couldn't it?
Defo, we're down.
Who falls off the stool and off camera first?
Absolutely.
I think could be quite interesting. But as I say, thank you so much for coming. If you don't already subscribe to Parks and Pints, why?
Thank you.
Please vote for us in the clamshells.
Oh yeah, the clamshells vote closes tonight. If anyone wants to vote for us,
absolutely. If you haven't already voted in the clamshells, please go and vote tonight. Obviously, Parks and Pints are there, and you know, I think it's great that a vote for you would break up the old guard, if you like, of clamshells winners previously. So that would be great to have some new, fresh winners.
Some women,
if you're not already, and yeah, absolutely, yeah. It does seem to be very male dominated, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're not already subscribed, the subscription for Parks and Pints is in the link and in the description of the bottom of the video that will be available. Their TikTok, their Instagram, and their YouTube is all available there. Thank you so much, girls. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself. I will talk to you again, I've no doubt, some over the Christmas period.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful Christmas.
You too.
You too. Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. And there we go, guys. That's the end of a Christmas special. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's been an absolute blast. I've loved every minute of that. And, you know, it's just been fantastic. You know, it's exactly what I hoped a Christmas special would be. A bit of a laugh, a bit of a joke. You know, we've all been laughing and joking, which is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone that's commented in the live chat. Thank you to everyone that watches the recording afterwards. I hope you enjoy it as much. If you do enjoy it and you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. That would be the best Christmas present you could ever give me. So from me for now, it's have a very, very Merry Christmas. I have got a video that I had recorded for you guys, so I'm going to show that. Hello and welcome to a very cold winter's tale here at Chesington World of Adventures. I just wanted to wish all the viewers of Nervous Chat a very, very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year from me here at Nervous Chat, Darren the Anxious Rider. And there we go. That was my my little clip there. Thank you so much. And there will be another episode of Nervous Chat on the 9th of January. I will announce guests a bit closer to the time, probably in a live like I did recently with tonight's guests. So keep your eyes open for that. And until then, guys, have a wonderful Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you all in the new year. And thank you to everybody that's been a guest on the show and that has watched the show and commented and everything. It's been an absolute wonderful experience, and I'm so glad now that I started this show. It's been a real pleasure to do and a real experience for me, and I'm going to get emotional now, so I'm going to shut up and go. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you all in the new year.